When was the last time you got stung by a bee?
I've never been stung by a bee.
Never?
Mm-mm. I'm terrified of bees. Like, I hear it buzzing, I'm leaving.
And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standards Kickstarter Preview. My name's David. I'm joined, as always, by my favorite board gamer and my wife, Alyssa.
Hello.
And today we're taking a look at the 2 to 6 player lively dice game, Garden of Bees, from Decking Awesome's Games. In this game, players are going to be competing, trying to muster up their bee army to hopefully be the one queen left standing at the end of the game. But before we determine who is going to be the queen of the garden, let's talk about what's included in the game. Take it away, Alyssa.
All right, so we're going to first start with the player boards that everyone's going to have placed in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
This, on one side, lists all the actions, and then there's also where you put your beeples. And then you also get beeples. Play on meatballs, very cute.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. And then you, for the cards, you're going to get a flower card, and you're going to get event cards. And then you'll also get one 6-sided die and some attack dice.
Yeah, and these are very thematic. They have like these little, they look like little bee stings that you'll use more when you attack. And
lastly, you're going to get honey, which counts as the currency.
Yes, of course. It's a bee game. It's got to be honey as the currency.
It's very thematic.
So the game essentially works, it's a kind of a last bee standing. I'm going to keep doing that throughout this. Last bee standing. So the way that the game works, it's actually quite simple. It's you use dice to attack as well as gain resources and different things like that. But the first thing you're going to see on your player board is kind of 4 different areas. You have your queen, and that's there's a health track for your queen. Now, if your queen gets down to 0 health, then you're out of the game. So again, it's last bee standing. So you're going to try to want to protect your queen. And the way you do that, you have different types of bees and wasps that are going to be used throughout the game. The first one is called guard bees. These work to protect your queen. Essentially, when you're attacked by other players, your guard bees stand in the way, take the bullet for the queen bee, so to say, before the queen gets attacked. You also have essentially worker bees. These are what you're going to have to use to attack other players. And then you also have wasp. Wasp are a little bit different. They're essentially like worker bees. They're attacking, but they're kind of used in a different way.
And they cost money.
Yeah, they use currency instead of, they're not just one-offs. You have to use currency to, essentially these wasps, they need honey to do anything. You gotta bribe off the wasps. So that's essentially kind of how the game board is laid out. Now, the turns of the game kind of work. There's 5 steps of it. It's actually really easy and simple to play the game.
Very straightforward. The
first part is that you gain honey. So you look at whatever your queen bee's health is, and you add +2, and you get that much honey. Mm-hmm. And like Alyssa said, you use the honey as currency to do certain things. The next step of the process is kind of this cool bidding mechanic. Yeah. So the main player, whoever's the first player, is going to flip over one of those flower cards. Mm-hmm. And the artwork on this is great. They have cosmos, they have snapdragons, lots of different flowers to choose from. But each of those cards is going to have a different payout. Basically, if you're going to bid on which one of the dice pips, someone's going to roll a 6-sided die, and if it lands on that, then you're going to be paid out depending on how much you bid and what multiplier there is. So, for instance, let's say one flower card might say if a 5 and a 6 is rolled, then you'll get 2 times whatever you bid on that particular track if you think a 5 or 6 is going to roll. So,
and they're all laid on different color harvests.
Yeah, on your player board. Right. So again, it's very clean design, so you know exactly where to put your money.
Yeah, but it's all or nothing. So if you bid 3 honey on you're going to roll a 5 or 6, and that doesn't come up, you lose the honey.
Yeah. So you got to be careful, but it's important to gain currency in this, because the next step in the process is the event stage. Now, you can buy these event cards. There's a second deck of cards, like Alyssa talked about, called event cards. And these actually kind of really help change the game. So if you're not necessarily in the lead, or if you're having trouble guarding your queen, these do a really good job of kind of mustering up units, the bees, as well as some of them are take that cards, which Alyssa loves to do to me. Makes me either lose honey or lose some of my bees, different things like that. So you're kind of it is of course randomly shuffled, so you don't know what you're going to get. And also, when you take an event card, when you play it, you roll a dice, and there's different actions that you can take based off what you roll.
And the event cards cost 10 honey.
Yeah, so they're not cheap.
Yeah.
So you can hold on to them and use them at very strategic moments. Then the next step is kind of the attack step. This is where you're going to start going after each player. In player order, you're going to decide how many of your worker bees and potential wasp you want to send out to try to attack a certain player. And
Sting.
You want to sting the other player, and then you roll these awesome attack dice that again have this cool little etching into it that look like a bee sting. And then those, whatever you attack, go towards those guard bees if a player has any, and then to the queen. At that step, after if you're still surviving, if you're still in the game, then you're going to go to the re-bee stage. This is where you can pay 3 honey to essentially keep building up your army. So the game again is very straightforward to play. It's last bee standing. You can really teach this to almost anybody. I think it says 8 and up, but I even think maybe even a little younger than that would be really good with this game because it's simple, but it's of course it's got a lot of luck in it because there's a lot of dice rolling. So it's fun, it's lively. It's not necessarily this bogged down in this really really deep strategy, but there are decisions to make. Right. Do I buy the event card or do I build up my bee army? Because if you try to attack with almost too much, you potentially can leave yourself vulnerable or essentially put yourself in a position where you can't attack at all maybe the next round.
Right.
So there's definitely some strategy here as well too. But the artwork is really great. It's very
lively, very
colorful.
Yeah.
I like all of the artwork on the flowers, the events. Everything makes sense. There's got the honey and the bees and the wasps. So definitely a lighter game, but still has a lot enough fun and strategy in it that you can kind of get behind it, even if you're looking for something maybe slightly more on the medium scale than light scale.
I liked the best component of this game I liked the most was the betting.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're really betting with your honey. You don't know if you're going to win or lose. You're like, but I need more honey, so I have to bet. But then to me, I feel like you're also betting along with what player is up to roll.
Yes.
Because, it makes sense because if you know me and my rolling history, I roll 1s and 2s.
Yeah,
That's what I roll.
Exactly.
So you just have to play to the person and you have to find that fine line, and sometimes you go big and you lose all
Yeah, and the components are fantastic. The dice are really cool. The little beeples, they're come in all different colors for each player. Yeah. But I would say the more people you can get to play this in one sitting, even the better, because then you kind of get everybody attacking everybody. You get that boiling crab. If you're in the lead, everyone tries to attack you, and then you get more of the betting action going on where every dice roll is kind of this like, oh, please be a 6. I bet so much honey on this. Yeah. But right now they're on Kickstarter. So what we'll do is we'll actually put their link right here. So if you click right here, that will take you to their Kickstarter page where you can learn more information. Right now you can pledge $28 US. That will get you a copy of the game, then plus shipping. And you can find out all of their information, like I said, at their Kickstarter page. Again, if you like lively dice rolls, if you're looking for something that's kind of in that light to closer to medium weight games.
Just a good, lighthearted, fun stinging game.
Yeah, stinging game. Check it out. That is Garden of Bees from Decking Awesome Games. Until next time, bye.
See ya.